You would do anything for the people you love. And sometimes that feels like a kind of torture. Because you cannot protect them from everything. You cannot guarantee their health or their happiness or their safety. You watch them struggle with things you cannot fix. You lie awake imagining what could go wrong. You carry a fear that has no off switch because the people you love are always, in some sense, at risk. This is one of the least talked about forms of suffering. Not what happens to you. What happens to the people you love, and your helplessness in the face of it. The Lubavitcher Rebbe understood this deeply. He spent decades receiving people who had gone through devastating losses involving the people closest to them. And he never minimized it. But he said something that people found clarifying, even in the middle of the worst grief. He said, love and control are not the same thing. The desire to protect comes from love, which is real. But the belief that you are responsible for protecting them from everything, that comes from somewhere else. There is a particular kind of anguish that comes from confusing those two things. From believing that if you love someone enough, you should be able to keep them safe. And that when something goes wrong, it reflects a failure of your love, or your care, or your vigilance. The Rebbe gently pushed back on this. He said, you are responsible for what you can do. And only for what you can do. The rest is not yours to carry. This is not indifference. The Rebbe was describing something more precise, the ability to love fully while releasing the illusion of total control. The people who cannot let go of that illusion do not actually love more. They suffer more, and they often, without intending to, make the people they love feel the weight of that suffering. The anxious parent. The partner who hovers. The friend who cannot stop managing. Real care includes the willingness to let people be who they are, to struggle in the ways they need to struggle, to find their own ground. And it includes the willingness to accept that you cannot prevent every bad thing. That this is not a failure. That love is not the same as control. The Rebbe said that the deepest gift you can give someone you love is your genuine presence. Not your anxiety about them. Not your plans for them. Your actual self, showing up with warmth and without an agenda. That is harder than it sounds. But it is also the thing that actually helps. You cannot carry your loved ones through the uncertainties of life by worrying about them. You can only hold them in the ways that are real. And trust that the love itself, present, attentive, generous, is doing something even when you cannot see it.